Move to LA, get a change of scene. Find some new friends, dye your hair bright green, and one day this will all make sense. I had no self-esteem, couldn't pay the rent, caught messed up dreams, no confidence. Where did I go wrong? I really tried to fake it. We nearly made it out alive. Took your heart so I could break it. We couldn't even last the night. You really drove me crazy, yet there's nothing I can do. Now all of your friends hate me. I'm lost with nothing left to lose. So I moved back home, lost the girl and my dignity. My whole world, I let it all just fall apart. Take me right back to the start. I was moving out, you were moving on. The spark we had, it was dead and gone. I tried my best just not to care. So goddamn unprepared. I really tried to fake it. We nearly made it out alive. Took your heart so I could break it. We couldn't even last the night. You really drove me crazy, yet there's nothing I can do. Now all of your friends hate me. I'm lost with nothing left to lose.
Please record your message.
Hey man, it's me. Look, I know you're feeling like garbage right now. I just wanted to call and let you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, okay? So just take a minute and then come out and fly to LA when you're ready and we'll hang out. Look, you're a good guy. You've got a good heart. You're gonna be okay, dude. You really are. I promise you.
I really tried to fake it. We nearly made it out alive. Took your heart so I could break it. We couldn't even last the night. You really drove me crazy, yet there's nothing I can do. Now all of your friends hate me. I'm lost with nothing left to lose.
It's over now. It's not even started. You were in my eyes and I thought I was blind, but I'm glad that we're over now. I sinked it down the drain, I cleaned my throat and prayed for rain, and I'm glad that we're over now. I've always been poor and I've never been poorer. I'm glad that we're over now. I might live alone and live in someone else's home, but I'm glad that we're over now. Oh yeah, I'm glad we're over now. Yes, I'm glad we're over now. When I was young, I knew my life would be tough. I knew I'd make 1,000 terrible decisions. I knew I'd act up, I knew I'd choose to live rough. I knew I had a lack of inhibitions. Cause all the adults around me, they were living like clowns. There's no difference between a teenager and the middle age. That's a chapter of my life that therapy has cost me, and I'm glad that we're over now. Oh yeah, I'm glad we're over now. Yes, I'm glad we're over now. You will always be a part of me. Second guessing and worried. Won't you take some time for yourself, please? 'Cause I need some time.
everyone, welcome to Laura Beth's Mixtape Show with me, Laura Beth. It is the first Sunday in August, yeah, I can't believe that. And as always, I'll be bringing you all the best tunes that I've been loving over the past month that I know that you're gonna love as well. Just then, we had Death of the High Street with Over Now. You can always guarantee Death of the High Street are going to write a really good song, and this one was no different. It's got that kind of sort of noughties indie feel to it, with some punk thrown in there, and then some modern indie riffs and sort of big anthemic choruses as well. It's an absolute tune, and one that you can sing along to straight away. And before that, Gold State with Nothing to Lose. Pop punk in its purest form. You know me, anything even resembling a bit of a pop punk song gets in the show. That one was sounding brilliant. It's fast paced, it's energetic, and it has all the kind of fun and joy that comes from that sort of 90s, noughties era pop punk. You can see that they've looked at the influences from them, but then put their own spin on it and made it a little bit different. It's been another great month. All sorts has been happening, but I'll tell you all about that a little bit later on. Right now, though, it's Jeff the Fish Lefroy with Feeling Real Good.
Can you feel it? Can you see it?
might get near. I close my eyes and fall away, and I can't commit to these words. No, I can't commit to anything, no matter how hard I try. I close my eyes and fall away, and I hope you know it's nothing personal. I just have one too many questions unanswered, and I hope you know it's nothing personal. I just have one too many questions unanswered, and every time you call, my heart falls out of my chest and falls to the floor. Every other moment I've been wondering how you're doing, and thinking of the ways to help from here. And I hope you know it's nothing personal. I just have one too many questions unanswered, and I hope you know it's nothing personal. I just have one too many questions unanswered, and every time you call, my heart falls out of my chest and falls to the floor. Every time you call, my heart falls out of my chest, and it leaves a hole, and I struggle to catch breath. It's not your fault. I said I'd always be there, but I don't know what's real. Can't shake this constant nightmare. Every time you call, my heart falls out of my chest, and it leaves a hole, and I struggle to catch breath. It's not your fault. I said I'd always be there, but I don't know what's real.
Hangman and Nothing Personal. Loving that tune. Again, big pop punk song, but with really memorable riffs that you can sing along to. You know, the type that when you're at a gig listening to them play, you just sort of sing it along. Or even when it comes on in the car or something, you sing that as well as you sing the lyrics. It's got that kind of riffs in it. And before that, Jeff the Fish Lafroy with Feeling Real Good. Absolutely love Jeff the Fish Lafroy. If he sends me something, it's getting played. He is the epitome of a blues artist, you know, the ultimate blues musician, and that's one with his old band, The Misadventures, who he does still do stuff with from time to time, but this album that he's just recently released, the tracks on that have been kind of his own solo work rather than with the band, so it's quite exciting that he's got back together with them and released something else as well. You know, you can't leave them behind, The Misadventures. We don't want them left behind either, do we? Because they are great. As I said, it has been another great month. Last month, we were absolutely swept over in Manchester with Oasis fever. Wherever you went, people had bucket hats on, people had Oasis t-shirts. It happened to be red hot at one point, so there wasn't as many Parkers as you'd expect, but then the week after, it was raining and it was Parkers galore. It was glorious. Every bar that you went past in Manchester, Oasis was playing. Every, gig seemed to have like tribute acts to away. It was beautiful. It was like a moment in time that you couldn't get back. I was lucky enough to be able to go to one of the gigs at Heaton Park, and it was outstanding, absolutely sensational. I always, I did say at the time, and I stand by it, that when you go to gigs, there's always, people there who have gone for somebody else that aren't that into the band. There's always people there that, don't know all the songs. They kind of know the hits and they've gone for that, but they don't know everything. And then you've got people who they've gone for a night out and not really anything else. There was nobody there like that for Oasis. I've never seen anything like it before. Every single person from front to back was singing along to every single song. It was incredible. It was such a amazing atmosphere. The sun was out on the day that I went. It was just beautiful. Everyone was just, in each other's arms singing. I did also DJ an after party and a pre-party, an after party at the Star and Garter and a pre-party at night and day. So it was nice seeing everybody, going to and coming back from the gigs on those days as well. I just feel like we're not going to get that back again. It was just a beautiful moment in time. And everyone I know that's been to sort of London and the other gigs as well, they're all having an amazing time too. Hopefully, it's not going to be the last one. Hopefully, they're going to be back again next year. That's what I want anyway. Up next, it's Mirror Glass with Crazy Man.
Every day is doomsday, and I feel just great. I think I'm going insane, but it's okay. Living in ignorance, it's such a dream, but it's not quite as it seems. He's a man with loads of money, but he spends it like a junkie on his luxury life, while we all pay the price. I'd love to buy a car, but he's sucking on his cigar on his spaceship to Mars. Am I invited? Who put this crazy man in command? Would have a brain you'd understand. He's a man on a mission to put us in submission. This crazy man, 18 man, how the hell to understand? He's a playboy, needs a shrink. He let the world burn and sink. This crazy man. Okay, in my vacant brain, I think that it's better that way. And as his pockets get deeper, he starts pulling the levers, making me a believer. He's a man with loads of money, but he's Here we come again. All dressed up and ready to party. We're gonna make some noise. Our sound and fury sing the fight's nothing. Let's start a riot. Come on, who's buying? Here we go round again. Let's start a riot. Come on, let's try it. The losers just wanna win. You can bring your friends. I'd say more, but think of the children. Hey, did we lose the plot? All our tiny threads have unraveled. Let's start a riot. Come on, who's buying? Here we go round again. Is it a cop-out to get the hell out? To know whose we got in. Here we go again. Nothing sacred here in the cold open. Let's start a riot. Come on, who's buying? Here we go round again. Is it a cop-out? Oh, to get the hell out. To know whose we got in. Oh, let's start a riot. Oh, come on, let's try it. Losers just wanna win. Oh, let's start a riot. Oh, come on, who's buying?
Splitsville and Cold Open definitely got that 90s alt rock feel, a little bit of Weezer going on, and I like the drum parts in that because they just seem to stand out in the right places. And I'm not meaning like, you know, smashing the hell out of them standing out. I mean, they just do like interesting things at interesting times, and I think that really works. It always seems to add something just that bit extra, doesn't it, to the mix. And before that, Mirror Glass and Crazy Man, straight up punk, that one, in your face. Loving the fast-paced guitar parts, proper getting in your grill, aren't they, and energetic as anything. One that I can imagine everyone just goes mad to when it's played live at a gig. You know, everyone is having a really good time on that one. Because I'm having it here, so I'm sure that they're having it there. It's got to be the case, isn't it? As I said, obviously last month there was so many things going on in Manchester. It was great, but I did obviously manage to get out and about a few times to different places. So I was DJing a few different places. Obviously, I did the Oasis after parties and pre-parties and things, which was really nice. I DJ'd at my residency at Hoochie Coochie, which I, absolutely love to pieces. It's like one of my favourite things that I do. But also, I got out and about to some different like gigs and things like that too. We DJ'd at St Paul's Hall in Norden for the Hallelujah Manchester night. It was me, Dave Sweetmore and Clint Boone, and that was so much fun as well. I've got loads of great gigs coming up this month, so if you have missed me and you want to get back, or you want to get out and about, come and see stuff, then make sure you do, because I'm back at my residency at Hoochie Coochie the third Friday of the month. We've got a gig at Whittles in Oldham on the 8th of August. That is a great band night. There's loads of absolutely fantastic bands on at that who've, played for us at some point or another. And they are Gracie May, P-Star, Jesus Knievel, Mora and the Fabulous Wonderfuls, Sia Raw and the Information Highway. Me and Dave Sweetmore will be DJing that too, but all them bands, make sure you get your tickets in advance for that. It's well cheap, so you can't miss it. You absolutely can't. I'm also going to be DJing the Sam Fender after party at night and day as well, so if you do happen to be in the area for that, come down to it. You don't even have to have gone to the gig, you can just come down to it. And lastly, I'm also going to be DJing Mrs. Boone's Tea Party in Macclesfield on the 23rd of August. So again, if you're in the Macclesfield area or you just fancy a trip out, come for that too. Up next, it's The Baboon Show with Be a Baboon.
Wake up! No time to wait! Wake up! No time to snooze! Wake up! No time to lose! Now it's time to let you go! We are late to see the show! Jump around and let it go! Now it's time to be free! Raise your glass and drink with me! Then we sing together out of town! Be a baboon! Look right, you're in my face. Look left, got ace of spades. Look up,
Dead Star Boys and Look, I'm on TV, Mum. There's a bit of a glam rock feel to that, along with a bit of kind of punk in there, a bit of sort of indie. There just seems to be loads going on, a bit like 80s kind of, like hair metal-y rock and roll. It seems like they've just stuck a load of stuff together and made something that's got a really unique sound, and that is Dead Star Boys. I can't really pigeonhole them or say they sound like anybody else, because they really don't. They sound really different and unique. And before that, The Baboon Show and Be a Baboon. I think that's brilliant. Not only the title of the song, but also, the name of the band. But again, in-your-face punk, but with, memorable sort of lyrics and, a bit of humour in there as well. One that you could definitely put on in your car, just drive around like screaming along to it, and then people wonder what it is that you're doing at the traffic lights. I love that. That's why I do it. Another thing that has happened, or is kind of currently happening actually, is that I'm currently away on holiday. So I went away last Sunday. Yeah, I've been here a week. I went to Rome, and then on Wednesday I flew to Malta, and I'm currently in Malta. So it's nice to get out and about and away from it all for a little bit, enjoy some sunshine, but also get to see new stuff. And you know what I'm like? I like to go and try all the food and all that kind of thing. So that is what I've been doing, just enjoying the culture, drinking it in. And I will admit, this show is pre-recorded. I don't admit that unless I need to, but the reason I have is because hopefully, all being well, last Monday, the Monday just gone, I saw Morrissey, because that's the reason that I went to Rome, to see Morrissey. But you know what he's like? He can cancel. So hopefully it's all gone well and I've seen him. But I will tell you all about that next week. You just don't know, do you, with him sometimes. Up next, it's Duck and Cover with No Hounds in the Cluster.
Sorrow, feel it good. I can't wait to show you mine. Well, every time we talk, I always get the cold shoulder. You don't even know what time or if I'm coming over. I don't wanna wait in line. You will be mine. You will be mine. You will be mine. You will be mine.
Sona Bliss and You Will Be Mine. There's a bit of a bluesy feel to that, as well as a 50s rock and roll feel, and then again a Britpoppy indie feel as well. Proper indie tune that's got like loads of different little bits in it, but really, really memorable, and again, one that you can sing along to. Duck and Cover by No Hounds in the Cluster was before that, which I absolutely love. That was definitely punk. Pop punk influences, but also just face-melting guitar riffs. Very, very classic rock and roll in places. You just have these fun little riffs, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, just someone is shredding, and I think that sounds absolutely splendid in absolutely all ways possible. I've got to admit it. Also, next month, I've got a few gigs that I'm going to be going to, which I'm really looking forward to. There is a festival taking place next week called Firebolt Festival, which is in Stockport. If you do happen to be around the local area, you should get yourselves to that, because it's always a good one. It will be my first time attending it. I'm going to be just going for the Sunday, because I'm too busy, unfortunately, the other days to go. But they've got the likes of Reef, Girls' School, Eclipse, South of Salem on. That is bound to be a great night out. Well, great 4 days if you do happen to go to the entire festival. And then I'm going to Barca Bar the day before that, because they're doing that Art for Manchester gig, which basically is a showcase of amazing artists from around Manchester. But it's all for charity, and sort of everything's going towards, local community and stuff like that, which is just beautiful, showing that not only are they putting on these gigs for other artists, but they're also putting them on for other people too. And there's some great people on at that as well. Maura and the Fabulous Wonderfuls, Black Sonic Revolver, The Information Highway, The Marbellas, Johnny Blade, Fragile Audio, The Valleys, Naomi Kalu, Nova, plus loads more. It sounds like it's going to be a great day. And then I'm also going to be going to Bridget Calls Me a Baby, which they supported Morrissey, both in Ireland and in Manchester when I saw him, so that will be brilliant as well. And actually they've had to change the gig venue for that, because it's been that popular, which shows, I think, the effects that a large artist can have on these smaller bands. Up next, it's Maze with I Know You Know. Weathered Man and the Noise with History. That's definitely got that classic Weathered Man and the Noise sound. A bit of that experimental, a little bit of folkiness, and then rock and roll flowing all the way through it. If you've ever, if you've ever done or got the chance to see Weathered Man and the Noise, you need to go and see them live, because they always absolutely tear the roof off the place. They smash it every single time, and you're just amazed by how good they are in person. So make sure you get down there at some point if they do happen to be around you. And before that, Maze with I Know You Know. Loads of different influences in there that I can hear. A bit of a Britpoppy kind of feel to it, again, as well as a little bit of a folk influence, and that rock and roll just underlining the entire thing. And I'd like to see Maze live, because I've heard some people say how great they are, and I've just not had the chance. So hopefully I will get the chance at some point. If you've enjoyed the show today and you're thinking, do you know what, I'd like to listen to this again, well, you are in luck, because if you head over to Mixcloud, you can listen to this show all over again, and you can share it with your friends, you can go back through it, listen to all these tracks and add them to your playlists, and that's on there forever. So you can just head over there whenever you like and listen back to the show. Up next is One Morning in August with Eyes Like Fireworks.
tells me just how they're feeling, like their point of view is somehow revealing a method to madness that was previously hidden by my own fucking mind. Well, I'm still disbelieving. It was you. Why was it you? It was you. Why was it you? We all like the tricks and we all like the romance, drowning in lies while I'm spending no substance. But we built this world and we ruled it together. But I saw the names on the top of that letter. It was you. Why was there you? It was you. Why was there you? I built this thing on my own. I built this thing on my own. I built this thing on my own. But you loved it. Yeah, you loved it. Beat of your heart and the scream of your conscience, silence them both with some verified nonsense. Hide behind creeds and the world's new religion. Who's in the square and who's broken and bleeding? It was me. It had to be me. It was me. It had to be me. I built this thing on my own. I built this thing on my own. I built this thing on my own. But you loved it. Yeah, you loved it. I built this thing on my own. I built this thing on my own. I built this thing on my own. But you loved it. Yeah, you loved it.
That was Solitude Sometimes with You Loved It. Fast-paced, energetic guitar parts on that one, and all the hallmarks of a great indie punk track. And before that, One Morning in August with Eyes Like Fireworks, a bit more of a laid-back one, bit of a folky edge, but also a great kind of indie rock song. That is it from me today. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back again the first Sunday in September, which I can't believe because that will be my birthday month. But until then, keep yourself safe and well, have a good one, and I'll see you soon.